Hello, anyone not still living in the 1970s? We interrupt your day to bring you this announcement. Husker Ninja is in the building. Alright, guys, we are here today with episode number 2 of the Atlanta Braves franchise. That's here on MLB 2K11. And today we have the home opener against the Philadelphia Phillies here. Wade LeBlanc is on the mound. It's a full count now as there are two down here in the top of the first, and LeBlanc will issue a 2-out walk. And so a base runner here in the first inning for the Phillies. And an 0-1 count with 2 down. It's a grounder to Cabrera, who's going to throw on to first in time to retire the side. And so up comes Chipper Jones now, 2 down here in the bottom of the first inning. It's an 0-1 count. Cliff Lee on the mound for the Phillies. And Jones going to send that ball out, a lazy fly into center field. And it'll be the end of the inning there. As we head to the top of the second, still scoreless. 2 down now for Polanco. And the pitch from LeBlanc is going to be lined right at Cabrera for the easy out. And so we remain scoreless here, head into the bottom of the second. Eduardo Nunez with 2 down and a 1-2 count is going to swing and miss on a high heater. And Cliff Lee through 2 has not given up any runs or any hits. In fact, neither side has given up a hit through 2, and up comes Dominic Brown now, no one down in the top of the third, and LeBlanc's pitch is going to be hit in between Jones and Cabrera, and it's a leadoff single for the Phillies as they come up with the game's first hit. Up comes Shane Victorino now, 1 down, top of the third. Victorino going to hit that one into left center, and that's going to get past Brantley and roll all the way to the wall. 1 run is in. Victorino rounding second and heading for third, and he's going to round third, head home. The throw from Jones is going to be not in time, and it's an inside the park home run for Philadelphia. They take the 2-0 lead, and now Chase Utley coming up top of the third, 2 down, runner on first, and that ball is going to be hit down into right field for a single. The throw comes in, and both runners advance to second and third. And so now, top of the third, 2 down, 2 runners in scoring position. The 0-1 is going to be grounded to Cabrera, who will throw on to first in time to end the inning. But 2 runs score for the Phillies. So up comes Michael Brantley now to lead off the home half of the third here at Turner Field. And Brantley going to swing and line that one into left field. It's going to be a leadoff single, first base hit of the game for the Braves. That'll bring up Freddie Freeman. And Freeman going to send that one into left center, and Brantley on his way to third. The throw is going to be not in time. There are runners on the corners with no one down. And the bunt is going to be placed down, and trying to come home is Brantley, and that's a questionable decision. He's thrown down at the plate. And so with 1 down now, it's going to be a double play ball served up. The inning is over. The Braves threaten, but some poor base running decisions will help them remain scoreless as we head to the fourth. 2 down now, 1-2 count, and LeBlanc gets to strike out. So no more damage for the Phillies, and up comes Jason Hayward to lead off the home half of the fourth. He's got a pitch. That's a drive. Deep left field, and that baby is out of here. And with 1 swing of the bat, Hayward's first homer of the year has cut this to a 1-run game. The deficit has been cut in half here in the fourth, thanks to that leadoff homer for Jason Hayward. He got all of that one. And that was easily sent into the left field stands, no doubt about that. So up now comes Chipper Jones. That ball going to be swung on into the gap in right center. Jones on his way to second, and Chipper is in with a stand-up double. And so there's still no one down here in the bottom of the fourth. Back-to-back base hits. Just excellent hitting right there sending that one into the gap in right center. It'll get to the wall, and Chipper's in there easily with a double. So with one down now, Jones still on second. In comes Brian McCann. He'll send that one up back where it came from, right up the middle into center field. Runners are on the corners now with one out for Eduardo Nunez. And Nunez is going to ground that ball to third base. Chipper coming home. Could this be two? And McCann is going to eliminate any chance of a throw with his slide into second. So it's a fielder's choice, but the game is tied as Jones scores on the RBI ground out. That takes us to the fifth, and that ball is fair down the right field line. Hayward gets to it. Rounding second, heading for third. The throw is going to be not in time, and it's a one-out triple now. So LeBlanc in a little bit of trouble here in the fifth. One down. That ball is going to be hit into left field. Should be deep enough for a sac fly. Prado makes the catch. He's going to try and throw in. The throw is going to be not in time, and it is indeed a sac fly. The Phillies take the 3-2 lead. So here to lead off the bottom of the fifth. That ball hit deep. Going back to the wall. Freddie Freeman is going to be robbed. What a grab by the left fielder. Jumping the wall to haul that one in. And Freeman is robbed of a big hit. That ball is going to be lined into left field. It will fall for a single. So two down, runner on first, and a strikeout there for Jason Hayward. And so it remains 3-2 going into the sixth. A full count here to the leadoff man, and there's a big strikeout for Wade LeBlanc. LeBlanc's been pitching okay, not great, but not terrible either. And that was a big strikeout right there for LeBlanc. The leadoff man sat down, and that'll take us now to Chipper Jones leading off the bottom of the sixth. A 1-1 count, and that's going to be lined into the right field gap once again. Right there in between right and center field. This time it does not get to the wall, and so it's only a leadoff single. Up comes Asdrubal Cabrera, the shortstop. He's 0 for 2 today. That one's going to get down, I think. And it does fall just in front of the center fielder. So back-to-back singles to lead off the inning. Now Michael Brantley steps up to the plate. 2 down in the sixth. Runners on the corners. And he's going to deliver. Brantley hits that one into left center. It's an RBI single as Jones comes to the plate. And this game is tied at 3 apiece here in the sixth. A big hit there for Brantley, and Freeman going to go down way out in front of that one. Now you see Leonard Brink warming up in the bullpen here, as it'll be LeBlanc going to give up a bloop single into left field. That's down the line and fair. And the leadoff man is on. I believe that was a pitcher with a single. And so one down. That's going to be hit. It'll find a hole into right field. Runners on first and second now after back-to-back singles. One down, and there goes Ryan Howard to the plate. And Ryan Howard has just busted this game wide open with a 3-run shot. His second homer of the year. It's now 6-3. Leonard Brink comes in, but the damage has been done. And Leonard Brink gets the strikeout, the inning over, but not before 3 runs cross on a bomb from Ryan Howard. Now we head to the seventh, 2 down, and Hayward going to lazily fly out to left field, putting some solid contact into these, but not finding any space for them to fall. Prado right there, he's going to turn around, he's got the out, and that'll send us to the bottom of the eighth. 1 down, that pitch is going to be blooped into left field for a base hit just over the third baseman's head, and it's a 1-out base hit. Right there, that ball is going to be down for a base hit, and so back-to-back singles here in the bottom of the eighth. And that is going to be a line-out double play as they made the pitching change, and it pays off. They get out of the inning. And Brooks Conrad coming up now with 2 down in the bottom of the ninth. And he is going to fly out to left field to end this ball game. So the Phillies win the series opener and the Braves will drop their first game at Turner Field this year. The score is 6-3. It was pretty competitive, but just not enough to overcome the 3-run homer from Ryan Howard in the 7th. Chipper, Cabrera, and McCann all went 2 for 4. Hayward had a solo homer, was his only hit of the day. Brantley also goes 2 for 4. Freeman goes 1 for 4. And Wade LeBlanc will get the loss here today. 6 1/3 innings pitched, 10 hits, 6 earned runs, a walk, and 3 strikeouts. 2 homers allowed, 2 2/3 scoreless innings for Lindebrink. But it's not enough to get a win. They would win the second game of the series 7-5 over the Phillies. 2 for 4 for Chipper and Cabrera. And 2 for 3 for Freddie Freeman. Had 2 RBIs as well. Jair Jurgens got the start. He gets no decision. Allows 3 on 7 hits over 4 1/3. Did get 2 strikeouts and also allowed 3 walks. Sherrill gets the win. 3 1/3. 1 run on 2 hits and a walk. 2 strikeouts. Kimbrel gets the save. Went 1 1/3. Gave up 3 hits including a run. And they would drop the series finale against the Phillies. Durbin gets the win. Minor gets the loss. A high-scoring game. The Phillies dropped 12. The Braves dropped 9. So a combined 21 runs. 2 for 4 for Chipper. 2 for 5 for Hayward. 3 RBIs. Both Hayward and Jones homer. And Cabrera went 2 for 3. Freeman and Brantley both went 2 for 5. So the bats came to play. 21 hits for the Phillies, 16 for the Braves. Not enough for the win. 3 2/3 for Minor in the loss. 3 runs on, 3 earned runs, 7 total on 7 hits. 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. And now we're going to get ready to show you the minor leagues here. And we're just going to go through the rosters. You're going to see who's where. But I went through, found some names I personally think will be worth keeping an eye on as things go. And so you got Brandon Hicks, the third baseman. This is AAA. He's 24 years old, 65 overall. He's got 3-star potential. Maybe he can be a replacement for Chipper. I don't know. We'll have to keep an eye on that. Left field, you got Joaquin Brito, the 25-year-old, 64 overall, 3-star potential left fielder. Jordan Schaefer, 24, 65, and 4-star potential in center field. But the key name to watch in AAA is starting pitching prospect Bob Bailey, 24 years old, 72 overall, 4-star potential. He could potentially be a key future cog in the rotation, so we'll have to see how he does. In AA, you've got third baseman Fred Moreno is the key one, 23 years old, 60 overall, 4-star potential. You also got left fielder Dennis Kennedy, who's 22, 66 overall, 3-star potential. There's middle reliever Carl Burns, 22 years old, only 46 overall, so he's going to have to sit in AA for a while probably, but he does have 5-star potential. And in single A, you saw we had to pull a screenshot of it because we didn't go through the rosters. But second baseman Al Cash, he's 59, but he's young, 5-star potential. And now it's time for the AA opener. And Kennedy going to lead things off with a base hit against the Tennessee Smokies. As our AA affiliate is the Mississippi Braves. Up comes Billy Thompson now. One runner on, no one down, still here in the bottom of the first. That ball going to be hit into right field. And so the first 2 batters reach on singles. That brings up second baseman Leon Graham. And he is going to hit that one down the left field line. We're into the second now, but Graham going to get in there with a stand-up double. They were unable to score from that threat in the first. We'll see what they have cooking now. Nothing doing, but up comes Kennedy again. Leading off the bottom of the third, we're still scoreless. And Kennedy going to hit that one towards center field. It'll fall and drop for a single, his second hit of the day. And now with 2 down, it's Fred Moreno, who's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. We'll see if he can get on base here. He's a key prospect to watch. Someone's going to have to take the third baseman role for Chipper Jones once he retires. And there goes Moreno. He's hit that one toward the wall in the left center. It got down, and it'll be an RBI double for Fred Moreno to open the scoring here. And the Mississippi Braves will strike first. A big time hit by the third baseman. And if he can keep coming up with some hits like that, maybe he can be the next franchise third baseman whenever Chipper decides to hang up the cleats. You also have potentially Nunez, potentially Hicks. I don't know, a lot of ways this could go, a lot of options, and we'll have to see how they all perform going forward. But that's a nice start for Moreno. And with one down in the fifth, that ball hit hard, back deep toward the wall and over the fence. Thompson with a solo homer, and that's his second hit of the day. 338 feet. Billy Thompson gets a big hit right there. It's 2-0 now for Mississippi. That'll take us to the bottom of the eighth inning. No one down, runners on first and second. And coming to the plate, that's going to be laid down for a bunt. And the throw is not going to be in time. It was the relief pitcher came in to lay down the sacrifice bunt, and the throw is not in time. He beat it out for a single. It's actually Carl Burns, who we mentioned earlier when going through the rosters. And here comes Carl Burns now. I don't know who that was who laid down the bunt then. But with one down, Burns comes up with a base knock up the middle, and they continue to leave them loaded here. One down, bottom of the eighth, one run already in. They would not score anymore, but they got the offense they needed to. It's a 3-0 win, 14 hits for Mississippi, 2 for 5 for Kennedy, 3 for 5 for Thompson with the homer. He'll be someone we'll have to keep an eye on, I guess. Moreno went 2 for 4, an RBI double, also had a strikeout. Andrews went 2 for 4. Graham went 3 for 3 with a walk and 2 doubles. So he's having himself a nice start. And elsewhere, you see the pitcher Figueroa going to go 7 strong innings, 4 hits, no runs, 7 strikeouts. Burns gets a save, 2 innings, no hits, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout for Burns. So potentially he can find a spot in the bullpen if he continues to pitch well like that. Now we move to the AAA opener. The Gwinnett Braves going to be taking on the Knights here. I believe that's Charlotte, the Charlotte Knights maybe. Here in the AAA opener, and it will be Bob Bailey getting the start for Gwinnett. We're going to get a look to see. I have hopes for him. Really curious to see how he pans out, and so we want to see him get the action. Hopefully, he can be the ace of the AAA staff. He worked a 1-2-3 inning right there, and there goes Jordan Schaefer leading off the game with a base hit in the home half of the inning. You can see the lineup. You got Hicks, Vargas, Cleveland, Brito, Boskin, James, Cedeno, and Bob Bailey. All right there on that batting order for Gwinnett. And with 2 down now, that ball is going to be lined into right field. And it got all the way to the wall and thought about trying to head for home. Did Schaefer instead. He'll stay at third. It's a stand-up double. Runners on second and third as Brito will strike out to end the inning. Now we head to the top of the third, still scoreless, 2 down, and 0-2 count, and a big strikeout there for Bob Bailey. He's looking strong through 3 innings so far. No hits allowed for him. Now he's back out there in the fourth. Another strikeout right there on the 1-2 count. Bailey continuing to keep his no-no going through now 3 1/3, as that was a really nice pitch from the 24-year-old. Up comes Cesar Vargas here to lead off the home half of the fourth. That'll get into left field for a base hit. It's a leadoff single. We'll see if they can put him across. They could not. Now we head to the top of the fifth, a full count, and that is going to be lined into right field for a base hit. The no-no is no more for Bailey. And now in a little bit of a jam, but a big strikeout there on the changeup. Runner still on first and second, now 2 down, and he's going to induce the ground ball to Cleveland, who will throw on to first, side retired, and Bailey's out of a jam here. He's given up 3 hits now, but no runs, and right there is a walk. They'll lay down the bunt. The throw to the plate is or throw to first base is way offline. It gets away. Both runners move up. And you got runners on second and third with 1 down now in the bottom of the 5th. And that ball is going to be lined into left field. The fielder can't handle it. It falls. That'll be an error. 2 runs coming across to score. And Gwinnett has opened the scoring here in the bottom of the 5th. 2 runs on that error from the left fielder. And up comes Cesar Vargas with 2 down. He's going to hit that one into the gap in right center. That's down at the base of the wall. And another run coming across the plate here. He will reach without a throw. It's now 3-0 on the RBI double from Vargas. Up comes Joaquin Brito with runners on the corners. And Brito with an RBI base hit. It'll be a single right there, limited to 1 run as that got down into left field. A nice job to get to it. But it's still 4 runs. And out comes Boskin with 2 down. And the first pitch after the pitching change is going to be taken deep into right. And that's in the pen. It's a 3-run bomb for J.C. Boskin. 366 feet. And the Gwinnett Braves have busted this baby wide open here in the bottom of the 5th. They drop a 7-burger in the home half of the inning. The last 3 on that 3-run shot. None of those 7 runs were earned, by the way. And Bailey, a big strikeout there. He's still on the mound. He's still pitching well. Take another look at this one. That's textbook. Never really had a chance of staying in the zone, and they got him fishing. 2-2 count now, 2 down, and it's another strikeout for Bailey. He's through 6, and it remains 7-0. That ball going to be lined deep into left or right center, and it'll hop over the fence for a ground rule double. We'll see if they can score. They cannot. Now with 1 down in the top of the 7th, bases loaded. They'll throw home. It's not in time, and everybody's safe. The bases remain loaded as we have a pitching change now, and it'll be enough to induce the ground out to end the inning, limit the damage to 1 run. Bailey did come in and play pretty well. Now on the top of the 8th, runners on second and third. That one gets over the shortstop's head. Brito trying to throw it in. It's going to be late. 2-run score. It's now 7-3 Gwinnett here in the top of the 8th. 2 down, runners on the corners, and a big strikeout right there for Hill. He's going to sit him down. And now in the top of the 9th, they got him looking to end the ball game. A big strikeout there for Hill. The Braves score 7 runs in the 5th, and that's enough to hold on late. As Bailey will get the win. He is your clutch performer of the game. 6.1 innings pitched, 5 strikeouts, 1 earned run. So Bailey, a nice debut for him. We'll have to monitor his progress. He could be someone you see in the majors eventually if some in the back half of the rotation continue to struggle. Schaefer went 1 for 5. Vargas went 2 for 4. Brito, Cleveland went 1 for 4. So did Boskin, but he had the 3-run shot. And Bailey actually went 2 for 3 from the plate. So he pitched well, and he had 2 base hits and a run scored at the plate. He also allowed 5 hits over 6 in the 3rd. The 1 earned run, 5 strikeouts. Hill gave up 2 earned runs on 2 hits and 2 2/3, but also got 2 strikeouts. That'll do it for me. Next episode, you will see the end of the month, the monthly recap. But that'll do it for me. I will see you guys next time. Have a great day, everybody.